Coming up on Network Africa, more than 40 West African migrants die of thirst in the Sahara Desert after their vehicles break down on the Bilma region of Niger Republic. We have more on the inauguration of Kenya's newest railway project. And congratulations are in order as the Nigerian Navy celebrates 61 years of securing the nation's waters. Welcome to the program. I'm Joke Rogers. West Africa is our first stop today, where over 40 migrants have reportedly died of thirst in the Sahara Desert after their truck broke down. Head of the International Committee of the Red Cross in the Bilma region in Niger Republic, Lawal Teha, says only 6 survivors were rescued from a remote village in the area. According to him, 44 people, mostly from Ghana and Nigeria, died in the desert, and their bodies are still being recovered. Authorities and aid organizations say the number of migrants who cross the Sahara has increased in recent years as more people risk their lives trying to reach Europe. And let's turn our attention to Kenya now, where 4 police officers and a civilian were killed on Wednesday. 2 of them are still missing after their truck hit a landmine on a road along the northern coast. Now, the vehicle was heading towards Makowe near the popular island resort of Lamu. Commissioner for the region, Nelson Marwa, says that he is aware of the attack but did not have the details. Fingers point to the Al-Shabaab militant group, which has been responsible for most attacks in the country, as being behind it. They have reportedly been responsible for another attack that happened in another roadside bomb last week, in which 11 police officers were killed. Meanwhile, Kenya still celebrated the inauguration of a $3.2 billion railway project funded by China, linking the capital Nairobi to the port of Mombasa. It's regarded as the country's biggest infrastructure project since the country became independent 50 years ago.
The railway is part of China's One Belt, One Road initiative, a multi-billion-dollar series of infrastructure projects upgrading land and maritime trade routes between China and Europe, Asia and Africa. The line is eventually expected to connect Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan and Ethiopia to Mombasa, so the Indian Ocean port can act as a gateway to East Africa for trade with China and other nations.
As Kenya moves towards industrialization, the cost of transport and the cost of power are the 2 binding constraints. So now that power has been dealt with and continues to be dealt with, this was the last straw, and with this in place now, the economy of the region will definitely realize a positive spin-off.
The express will slash the time for the 472-kilometer journey to about 4 hours from 12 on the line built by British colonialists more than a century ago. The new railway was Kenyatta's pet project, and it was a key pledge in his 2013 election campaign. He christened the new line the Madaraka Express, named after the June 1 holiday that marks the day in 1964 Kenya won self-governance from Britain ahead of full independence.
Today will be marked as a great day in the history of our great republic. This inaugural journey on our new Madaraka Express marks a transformative moment for Kenya and also for the great continent of Africa.
Kenyatta said the SGR was made possible due to the close friendship between China and his country.
On behalf of every Kenyan, I also extend a heartfelt thank you to the President, government, and people of China, the engineers and companies that worked on the railway. You have worked with Kenya in a spirit of true partnership.
The opposition has criticized the new line, however, accusing Kenyatta's ruling Jubilee Party of inflating the cost and siphoning off public funds.
Well, policy and governance expert Vincent Kimosop joins us now from the Kenya capital, Nairobi. Vincent, great to have you on the show.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm okay. I guess congratulations are indeed in order. Kenya is in the news for all the right reasons. Have you ridden on the new, railway yet, on the new train?
Yes, the Madaraka Express, 100 years, a new rail, and we have a new railway line linking the port of Mombasa and the city of Nairobi of close to 500 kilometers. There are economic implications, also political, but also at the same time social implications. So Kenyans have welcomed it. Of course, there are concerns on economic front. Did we receive value for money? But on the political front, knowing that we have an election in less than 72 days, it's become the campaign tool of the current administration.
How important is this project for Kenya's economy and the countries also, Kenya's neighbors that the tracks pass through?
As you know very well that Nairobi is the economic hub of the East African region. So one of the things that it will have is that it will facilitate and enhance the cost of doing, reduce the cost of doing business, in the sense that now goods can be transported faster. It will help the country saving money and the cost of maintaining the roads, and also it will generate it will spur the economic momentum that we have between these two cities. Now, at a regional level, the implication, of course, is that it will reduce costs of doing business, and we're likely to see even people not going to Mombasa to clear their goods, but they can do the same in Nairobi. So the only challenge, as I was pointing out, is the cost of the railway line.
Right. What do you make of the opposition parties in Kenya that instead criticize the new line, accusing the ruling party of inflating the cost and siphoning public funds for the project?
Of course, you would expect that, knowing that we are moving close to an election period, that the opposition would want to do everything to paint the government as incompetent, corrupt. That, of course, is part of the political narrative. But if you look at, are they raising legitimate issues? And I believe they are saying, for example, the corruption that was alleged to have taken place, the exorbitant compensation. But by and large, I think it is a good thing that should be welcomed by Kenyans. The leader of the presidential candidates, the leading presidential candidates for the opposition, has welcomed the initiative and actually spoken in favor of it. So you would expect that comments will be moderated, but mainly it will be on the political sphere.
Thanks again, Vincent, for your time on Network Africa.